One of my favorite things that you have kind of coined are there are two different stress response personalities. There are border collies and there are iguanas. And you can
Mhm.
kind of explain the two, but as you're explaining this, try and think about which one you think that you are. So let's start off. What are border collies, Eliz?
So border collies are people who need to be highly occupied in order to let go of the connection to their stressors. So, for example, my husband is a border collie. He absolutely, when we're on vacation, he needs to be fully occupied. Otherwise, he's constantly thinking about what's going to be in his inbox, whether the project he delegated was going to be done the right way. Like it just sort of chews on him. And in fact, the reason this whole border collie iguana thing exists is we were on vacation together with some other couples who would love to be laying out in the afternoon by the pool with the actual iguanas. And we started to refer to them affectionately as the iguanas. But my husband can't sit still that long. So we would go out and go sightseeing and sail the little boat and go snorkeling or whatever. And we'd come back in and out. One of the gentlemen finally said, to my husband, when are you going to relax? And my husband said, I am relaxed. If I'm not occupied, I start chewing on things. And it was one of those moments in a marriage where you go, oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So he needs to be fully occupied when we're on vacation, trying to decompress from the stress of our work. I, on the other hand, I'm on the iguana side. I like to sit and read my book. I like that quiet contemplative time. That's how I disconnect from the stress and allow myself to disconnect. Which means, right, most of our vacations are on the border collie side. They are go, go, go all the time. But because we have this language, when we've had a go, go, go border collie kind of day, he will turn to me and say, hey, it's been a border collie day. Do you need some iguana time? Yes, I do. So knowing that's the case, but if we're having kind of iguana time on vacation, I know that pretty soon he's going to just start to vibrate because he can't disconnect unless he's occupied. So we need to go do something so he can disconnect too. So it's really honoring the two sides of the coin. And we all exist somewhere between border collie and iguana. Some people need that occupation. Some people need that quiet contemplative time. And some people are lucky, they're iguana collies, and they can use all of those strategies. Good for them. And I do have a quiz to figure out what you are, but it's recognizing what you need and giving yourself permission to do that activity so that you can disconnect and decompress, but also recognizing the people in your world that might be different and allowing them the time to do what they need to do the same thing. So if you are hanging out with somebody and are like, would you just sit down and relax? And they're like, no, I'm happy. Recognize that they probably are happy and relaxed because they're doing things they want to do. But if, on the other hand, your partner or somebody you work with just is like, I just need 15 minutes in a quiet room. That's also just as valid strategy. It's not a one size fits all type of proposition.